Now we move on to who will meet IGM in the final, the second semi-final of the women's lightweight 60 kilograms category. Vittoria Di Carlo of Italy against this outstanding Kazakhstan girl, Jansaya Baltabekova.
Boxers for bout number 136. In the red corner, in the lightweight 60 kg category, representing Italy, Vittoria Di Carlo.
Can Italy's Vittoria Di Carlo storm into the women's lightweight category final and take on IGM? For now, she walks in and she will be in the red corner. She's up against Kazakhstan's Jansaya Baltabekova, but all eyes will be on the Italian in this bout.
In the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Janshaya Baltabekova.
And there she comes, the Kazakhstan girl. This is the women's lightweight category in which 22 boxers entered. And this is the category, Mikhail, where there have been the maximum upsets. Before it started, the favourites for the final were Ella Booth of Australia. You can see the Australian supporters very disgruntled. And, of course, the brilliant French girl, a European champion, unbeaten for 2 years, Fatia by Misail. And these were the two girls, Fatia Ben Misail. A documentary is being made on her. Harald Schweinzer of Austria is the referee. Both have been defeated, and so they're going to be new finalists.
Perfect opportunity for both them to raise their hands, and we'll have to wait and watch what transpires in the next 10 minutes.
In the red corner, representing Italy, Vittoria Di Carlo. In the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Jansaya Baltabekova.
And so here they come, the category in which there have been the maximum upsets. Fatia Ben Mesail, on whom a documentary film is being made in France. She was upset by Diana Estrada Diaz in the pre-quarter final. Diana then lost to IGM. Then Ella Booth was the overwhelming favourite. But here, Ella Booth has lost to IGM. So the finalists expected are both out. Now, will it be the third favourite, Jansaya Baltabekova of Kazakhstan? Is she going to become the third Kazakhstan girl to reach the final, the girl in blue, or will it be the courageous Italian Vittoria Di Carlo? Again, very little to choose between them. It's been lots of upsets over here, and Vittoria Di Carlo has also had a very fine tournament so far, Mikhail, and keeps a low guard but comes in very powerfully. Vittoria Di Carlo in blue, but Jansaya is no pushover.
Jansaya maintaining a very high guard, Novi. Just a little circumspect to begin with. Vittoria, meanwhile, good feet movement. Both of them prancing around. Again, trading that punch. Looking for the jab. Finding it as well. Much better. Oh, all right. There goes one. The Italian getting one. Taller of the two is Jansaya.
Italian boxers, like many of the European boxers, classical boxers, use the combination punch very well. Lead with a left, follow up with a right. And Victoria slightly asserting herself a bit more. Both girls wary, keeping their distance. It's not all-out action like we saw with IGM and Ella Boot. This is a much more conservative start in which they are stalking each other, keeping their range, looking for openings. You know, it's more a test match than a T20 match, the way these two girls are boxing.
But as you mentioned, combination of punches coming through from both ends, and because that's what's making this an even contest right now. Just been separated and won by the referee as well to box within limits. The jab for Victoria coming in handy there. There you can see again infighting, close range punches exchanged, ducking. Victoria's ducking. Jansaya a little taller, her reach getting a little better, looking for that cross that time. Jansaya looking for the hook too. Victoria.
Victoria a lot of power in her punches, and that is what Jansa is trying to avoid. Victoria came in with a couple of punches. Good combination again, good combination punches. This time the left jab missing. Now coming in with a right hook, punching to the stomach, which is very clever. That is what IGM did and picked up points. But they are both still wary of each other. In the first round, we've seen very little action. It's been a tentative, more as you said, circumspect start. They haven't really gone flat out, you know, hell for leather. And the referee cautioning Jansaya, no pulling.
Novi, Victoria's start was much different to what she's now doing in the middle. She began more with the hooks on the sides from the right and the left, and then she started trading punches straighter. That's the end of round number 1. Again, I just feel Victoria from Italy has just managed to hold herself and get a good thinking game going.
Certainly a good thinking game. I think it will be very difficult to choose, very difficult to call, as we see some of the highlights as they both get into a punch.
See, first she was trying the corners from the right and the left, and then towards the end, if you take a look at it, she got straighter with the punches just to change the mindset. Oh, there you saw the straight punches going in. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, excellent combination by Victoria. But Jansaya also kept a high guard, tried to prevent the powerful punches, but towards the end I thought Victoria finished much more stronger.
Exactly. She just kept her opponent guessing. The opponents were playing for the defense for the hooks, and that's when she got the straight punches coming in. So you got to keep evolving, you got to keep changing, keep your opponent guessing, and I guess Victoria has won that battle of minds, to be honest. And again, how crucial a round this is for Jansaya from Kazakhstan.
Well, Jansaya coming in with her jabs. Yes, coming in with her jabs very well. Victoria slightly more powerful. You know, gets those standing punches. She doesn't have much footwork when she goes in with the jabs and hooks, but very powerful punches.
And quicker as well. Sometimes being short and
certainly.
landing those quicker punches help.
Yes, a lot of power and quicker punches, but without using the whole body, body weight. And Jansaya much quicker that way, and especially this roundhouse left of hers, these left hooks are quite powerful. Very even, very difficult to call, and it's going to be a tough call for the 5 judges. Marcela Paula of Brazil, Berna Yurseva of Turkey, Naika Thampu of Sri Lanka, Maxim of Australia, and Nicholas of Greece.
At the moment it looks like the lady from the red corner, Vittoria Di Carlo, may just be booking her place in the final with IGM. For the moment it's been relentless punching and counter punching by the Italian as she's just dominating proceedings against Kazakhstan's Jansaya. Once again the intervention of the referee over there.
And you know, Mikhail, in the Buenos Aires 2018 Youth Olympics, 60 kilograms is one of the categories for women boxers, and so the winner here gets a straight entry into the lightweight category in the Youth Olympics to be held in the Argentinian capital next year. A very evenly matched fight because Jansaya not giving up, swinging left, but Victoria slightly more power, pushing her opponent. That's what the referee is saying, no. The Austrian referee.
Jansaya may be getting her jabs in time, but she's not complementing the jab with a punch, a cross punch or a straight punch. That right hand is taking time to come by, which means that Victoria just a little quicker. Oh, this is a good exchange over there, close range, and once again you just feel that Victoria from Italy has got her punches on the right target, from the face into the nose.
That's what Jansaya, just relying on jabs and then trying to close in to prevent Vittoria's jabs from working. You can see the effort Vittoria puts in, the Italian girl, Vittoria Di Carlo from Italy. And there we go, the bell at the end of the second round. A much more even second round.
Right, Novi, but just got the impression that each time Jansai tried to go out there and find her punches, she failed to find direction, kept going left and right. I must say that Vittoria avoided them very well. She was ducking, she was moving, she was moving left, right. And once again, the starts with the jab and then complements that with a good cross. Some straight hits as well. There you can see again those crosses coming in, straight hits, then the hook coming in as well for Jansaya.
Yeah, Jansaya, it's very predictable, the attack. The jab, then followed by a right hook, which Vittoria has avoided. Vittoria, with a greater power, the Italian girl, is taking the initiative. Jansaya has quick hands and gets in those jabs. Members, officials from the AIBA over here who are witnessing this bout, the first standalone Women's World Youth Championship. It is to be held along with the Junior Championship earlier. Decisive third round. Who will meet IG in the final? Here they start, the third round. Now Vittoria, starting from where she left off in the second round, piling on the punches. Jansaya knows she also has to make an impact on the judges. Coming in with left jab, much quicker now, both the girls.
Good observation that, Novi. Some real intent and purpose shown by Jansaya in this round. Unlike what we've seen in the first two rounds, she looked more conservative, and all of a sudden she's now hurling a barrage of punches and also mixing it with a few nice crosses and hooks as well. There you can see
a much greater speed, much greater intensity in the third round, in the first minute of the third round. In the first round, they were keeping a wary distance of each other. It was slow, but now greater speed. Well, the referee Schweinzer is again telling the girls not to hold, box on, come to the center of the ring. Vittoria now trying to use her greater strength, especially the strength on the shoulders, to bring in get in some powerful blows, get in a blow on the face, on the stomach. A left hook to the side, to the ribs by Jansaya, the Kazakhstan girl. Vittoria has some powerful blows. You see Jansaya wincing.
And she's not tiring, Novi. Vittoria is not tiring. Jansaya just gives the impression that probably her guard is dropping a little bit, but standing tall is Vittoria. Once again, close range in fighting happening over there, clinching, and then even as they clinch,
the non-stop blows, the power of Vittoria's blows, that is having an impact. And there Jansaya retreating a bit. The winner will meet IG Im, the Korean Dynamite.
Vittoria is the brawler between the two. She is exchanging the punches, but this time getting a few hooks from both the directions. Jansaya, it's been a change of strategy and game for Jansaya. From a more conservative approach, she's just now started being a little bit more aggressive, but Vittoria very high on energy, very high on endurance at the moment, and she's ducking well. There you go again, close range punches. It's blow by blow boxing happening over here.
Yes, blow by blow, and Jansaya also creditably retaliating with jabs, but maybe not getting in enough to impress the judges. They both get into clinches at present, struggling. Vittoria Di Carlo, the Italian girl, with just 10 seconds left, has probably edged it. The greater power, the greater commitment, the greater aggression to attack, as she pushes Jansaya into a corner, wanting to finish it off with some powerful blows. Jansaya struggling to get the better of her stronger opponent. At the bell, the Italian camp seems much more confident. They feel they've got their girl into the final. Vittoria Di Carlo, will she be the first Italian girl in the final? Powerful girl, aggressive boxer.
Yes.
And definitely
clearly earns the tag of being a brawler in the middle.
Certainly a massive brawler and non-stop aggression. Now we await the referee's verdict.
Looks more of a unanimous call, at least for us sitting here in the comms box. Obvious for us as well, sitting over here and watching this bout, that Vittoria was looking good ever since she started.
Ladies and gentlemen, The winner by unanimous points decision. In the red corner representing Italy,
It's the lady in red from the red corner, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28, 30-27 and 29-28 been awarded the points by the respective judges. And yes, as mentioned, as discussed even before it was announced, it looked a very unanimous decision.
Yeah, it looked, but four of the judges gave it 29-28, so there was just 1 point difference. So Jansaya also got the credit for good defensive work. It's only one of the judges who's given her a 3-point margin. The Italian coaches, well, their optimism was justified. So Jansaya doesn't become the third Kazakhstan girl to enter the final. So we'll have a Europe versus Asia final. The Pocket Dynamo IGM of Korea against Vittoria Di Carlo in the final. Alina Popp of Germany. Alina Popp takes on Sitali Oritz. Alina Popp, twice German champion from Munich, will take on Oritz, who is 5'3" tall from the Leia Sponza Boxing Club.
boxers for bout number 137 in the welterweight category, 69 kg. In the red corner, representing Germany, Alina Popp.
In walks Germany's Alina Popp. She's been awarded twice as the German champion, and she also won the silver medal in the European Championships. She walks into the red corner, and she'll be up against USA's Sitlali Ortiz, wearing a smile over there, backed by a lot of crowd support from her country. All eyes will be on the German. She has a fair bit of experience and medals under her belt, maintaining a very calm demeanor as she walks into the boxing ring.
In the blue corner, representing the USA, Sitlali Ortiz.
Sitali Oritz from Coachella in California, 5'3" tall, coached by Alex Oritz from the Lee Esponza Coachella Boxing Club. She has an amateur record of 16-0. Started boxing to avoid being bullied, started boxing in her backyard, and her father gave her her first boxing ring. And a very intelligent boxer, because she can adapt to different styles and still put pressure on any opponent. Boxing has been her life, happy go girl, and her biggest inspiration is Cecilia Brackhouse, the undisputed women's champion in welterweight, and the first woman to hold all titles at the same time. And her motivation, of course, the 2020 Olympic Games. Zhang Jingying of China is the referee.
Well, all eyes will be on Sitlali Ortiz. That's because she's been the 2016 Junior National Champion, 2016 Junior Olympic Champion as well, 2016 WBC belt at Beautiful Brawlers. She has quite a few medals, and watch out for her different styles also. That's because she believes it's those styles that puts a lot of pressure on her opponent. She's really worked hard on the game, as we see round number 1.
You see, the difference what we're going to see here, it's a bit like Ella Boot and IGM, that Sitali is much shorter, whilst Alina Popp is the taller girl, and she's a brawler. Sitali Oritz, and weighed over 220 pounds, over 100 kilos at one time, because she was excessively fond of French fries, but because of boxing has reduced, and she's got a power-packed punch, so Alina Popp has to keep her distance, and Alina Popp is not coming into close range. She's wanting to pick up points by using her long jab. She leads with a left, follows up with a right. Sitali is quite a brawler, so you're going to have a skillful fighter, the classical mold of the German, against the American from California, who's like a street brawler, keeps bobbing, weaving, powerful shoulders, and from the Mexican background, where boxing is very popular, though she settled in California, and she has many titles. So these are both very experienced boxers.
But just like the kind of play the German is bringing out, she's ensuring that she maintains a distance so that Sitlali will have to reach out for those punches, and in between she's exchanging some nice jabs. I must tell you, it's a very good play by Alina Pop from Germany. Each time Sitlali is trying to get close to her, she's pushing behind. Once again, Sitlali will not mind those clinches. There again, you see, trying to go for the cross, but she's moving behind.
This is the women's welterweight division. This is under 69 kilograms. So they are powerfully built girls. And Alina Pop is following this pattern throughout the bout. Keeps falling back, doesn't let Sitlali come closer. Sitlali now coming closer. The Sitlali Oritz, the Mexican-American, the Mexican girl representing America, born in California, closing in. The American girl is the greater aggressor, but the more classical fighter is the German girl, who is picking up points with some very clever defensive work, as well as those lightning quick jabs of hers, and keeping the distance.
It's strength versus skill, power versus patience that we can see. Sitlali is going for the offensive. Once again, they're getting close range. Some exchange happening over there. Good combination, good in fighting. Alina Pop trying to get the hooks from the left corner. And her long range jabs as well, using the height advantage, using the reach advantage, pivoting her back leg, because she has to sometimes go down to get the straight punch as well, Novi.
So at the bell, very close. I did think Alina Pop started very well, but after that, Oritz came back into the bout very strongly towards the end. This is going to be quite a close encounter. There are very little to choose. It is a contest between two powerful girls. So now let's see the second round, which is going to be very crucial. Is it going to follow the same pattern? So Ortiz, Sitlali Ortiz now much more aggressive in the second round. Sitlali Ortiz, she knows she has to come in close to pick up the points.
Maintaining a high guard there, Sitlali Ortiz. She knows the height advantage of Alina Pop is coming in handy for her. Once again, look at those jabs unleashed by the German. She's trying for the 1-2-1. She wants to get the jab, then the cross punch, and then back the jab again. This time the USA, Sitlali getting one straight.
Yes, certainly. Alina Pop is also realizing that she can't keep retreating, so she's coming back and resorting to leading with the left, coming in with the right, but Ortiz is having an excellent defense. This could swing things in our favor. Ortiz swinging to the side of the head. It's going to be a tough call for the judges, for the 5 judges, because it's proving to be, a classical boxing contest. The brawler versus the classical boxer. Alina Pop, the Munich girl, twice German champion, European silver medalist. Ortiz ducks very well. Though she's so stockily built, still she's quick on her feet. But Alina Pop is being told not to push, to go to box on by the Chinese referee, the Chinese official over here, Jing Zhang. And 1 minute 20 seconds left for the end of the second round. Swinging in with a left, Ortiz, Sitlali Ortiz, but really not connecting. Now getting in some jabs to the body, Ortiz. Alina Pop looking a bit wary over here as she gets these flurry of blows from Ortiz.
Absolutely.
Missing out.
Novi, 2 different games if you see. One relying heavily on the jabs, and other, when you talk about Sitlali Ortiz, relying more on the close range punches and the hooks from both the sides as well. Each time Sitlali is trying to get closer to Alina Pop. She's just moving a little backwards, once again trying to push her to the corner with the Sitlali. Going in for the hooks, this time getting in 2 straight ones as well, straight punches. Relentless boxing from both ends. This time a cover up by Alina Pop.
Yes, good cover up by Alina Pop. The closing seconds of the second round. It's all action at present. or it's Ortiz swinging in with rights and left. She's not bothered where she hits. She's just swinging in those blows, trying to get in a right cross, a right hook, a left hook, but at the bell doesn't connect. But it's a very even second round.
Very difficult to decide in this round, at least for us from here, who looked more in control of this round. Quick instructions once again being imparted by the respective coaches.
And Alina Pop, can she make it? There were 16 boxers in the women's welterweight under 69 category. And Sitali Ortiz started with a win against the Kazakhstan girl and now is in the semi-final. And also Alina Pop had comfortably beaten the Hungarian Vivian Budai, and then had got the better of the Ukrainian girl to reach the semi-final. This European silver medalist resides in Munich, but I think it's going to be a very close call. What happens in the third round is very vital, Mikhail.
Yes, it looks like rounds been won by both. First one may have, again, close range punches, relentless hitting over there. And each time Ortiz gets close to Alina, it looks like Ortiz is winning that battle. Alina will do good to remain at a distance because Ortiz may be short in stature, but she's got very powerful strikes, let me tell you. Once again looking for that stomach, then looking for that hook on the right.
Yes, the left hook, the right hook. Alina Pop was keeping her range very well in the first round, but is now trying to come in, and actually Ortiz is also, Sitali Ortiz is getting in the blows much quicker, and that is making a difference. The right hook. Now Alina Pop coming back. Straight punches is the tough one for the judges to decide.
Spoke about, Novi, sorry to cut you, they spoke about that plan of Sitlali Ortiz. First go for the punch in the stomach and then go for the hooks on both the sides. And we've seen that in the last two rounds, the third and the previous one as well.
Yes, and what is that she's taken the initiative from the second and third round, the American girl. Of course, problem with the helmet. Referee says fight on. Alina Pop now retreating, trying to use her left jab, but Ortiz coming in closer. The very fascinating last little over 60 seconds of this bout. It's going to be a really close call.
Quite a few jabs going in favor of Alina Pop, let me tell you, and this time she's getting the right punch as well. Oh, that going in favor of USA. Look at those punches being traded by Sitlali.
Well, Sitali Ortiz believes in non-stop aggression. Keeps swinging the hand. She's very confident of herself, that she's strong and powerful and can't get hurt. You can see that ferocious look on her face. Alina Pop is a much more cleverer, classical boxer, gets in the jabs. Important is Sitali Ortiz can take punishment and still retaliate.
And the best part is she's very good with the movement as well, not just with her legs, but she's moving her upper body and her head as well to avoid those jabs and punches coming straight. See, once again, she quickly swerves and then quickly trades it.
Yes, last 15 seconds. This is going to be very vital. Getting in a left, following up with a right. Has Ortiz done enough to get the referee's decision? Again stalking her German opponent. Alina Pop, a straight right. And at the bell, the Americans think she's done enough. The Germans also congratulating each other. So it's going to be a close call. Very tough for the judges over here, which includes Farhad Kavasji of India, Ramona Kovac of Romania, Wilfredo Vasquez of Cuba, Gonzalo Guzman of Argentina, and Sadie Duffy of Ireland. The German contingent hoping they have their first German girl in the final. An American girl has already lost in the women's bantamweight, Issa Marie Aquino. Now, let's see whose hand the judges lift. Referee lifts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous points decision in the blue corner representing the USA.
Stepped up really well, Sitlali Ortiz from USA. She's worked really hard to get here, and this is a unanimous decision. She went on to win.
Yelizaveta Sliusar of Ukraine against Araylim Begdila of Kazakhstan. One more Kazakhstan girl in the semi-final. As I said, Kazakhstan has had a very impressive contingent.
Boxers for bout number 139. In the light heavyweight 81 kg category, In the red corner, representing Ukraine, Elizaveta Slusar.
Ukraine's Slusar Yelizaveta walking in towards the red corner. She will be playing the first bout in the women's light heavyweight 81 kg category. She walks in quiet, but she can trade some very heavy punches. Lot of aggression in her, and always likes to remain proactive in the boxing ring. Final words from her coach as she makes an entry into the boxing ring.
Yes, powerfully built Ukraine girl. This is the women's light heavyweight championship.
In the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Erelim Begdilda.
And here she comes, the one more Kazakhstan girl, stockily built, Araylem Begdilda, very powerful, again with powerful shoulders. So again we'll see the brawler versus the classical boxer. The European girl, Ukraine girl will be the more classical boxer against the brawler from Kazakhstan. And the winner will take on the winner of the next bout, India's Anupama, against, of course, the Russian. No Russian girl has lost in the semi-final. Anastasia Rybak against the referee, Maxim Soleimani of Australia. And he's inspect both the girls before allowing them to start.
In the red corner, representing Ukraine, Elizaveta Slusar. In the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Erelim Begdilda.
Five Indians have already qualified for it. Meanwhile, let's get back to this bout. It's the women's light heavyweight 81 kg category. Ukraine versus Kazakhstan. Ukraine in red and Kazakhstan in blue. Both of them just taking their time, settling in. And at the moment, Yelizaveta from Ukraine is using her jabs to very good effect. Ducking well, both of them. Using that leg, pivoting that back leg. Erelim from Kazakhstan. No, we're not much separating the two right now.
Yes, certainly not the brawler versus the more classical boxer. The more classical boxer of the Ukraine, Yelizaveta, against the powerful Begdilda with her powerful shoulders and the mean and hungry look, wanting to come in close and give that knockout blow, to punish Yelizaveta. But Yelizaveta moving around very well, resorting to the jabs. In contrast, Araylem is wanting those big hooks and crosses to try and, wear down, sort of test the patience of Yelizaveta. So a classic encounter again between two boxers of different styles.
Erelim not really moving much. Begdilda is probably conserving some more energy for the later rounds, I get the impression. Yelizaveta has been doing all the moving in the boxing ring at the moment. Meanwhile, she gets that right hook. Very effective there for Yelizaveta from Ukraine. She is in red. Meanwhile, Erelim a little tentative. Being matched by some very good defense at the same time by the Kazakh boxer Erelim Begdilda. Once again, a cover up there by Yelizaveta, just ensuring she keeps a high guard. Meanwhile, Erelim hoping that she lands one between the gloves. Once again, looking for those right and left combinations, looking for the hook. It's been Novi. It's it's that kind of a bout where both of them have been very cautious and trying to observe and learn each other's game before they bring about a change in their tactic.
Yes, it's like a battle of chess. It's a battle of attrition. Both are looking for an opening. Now towards the end, Yelizaveta piling in the jabs, wanting to create an impression. The last 15 seconds of the first round. Begdilda retreating. The Kazakhstan girl getting a couple of blows. We are into the last 10 seconds. Begdilda in a spot of bother as the Ukraine girl, Yelizaveta, having the better of the end of the first round. A flurry of punches, and at the bell, the referee says separate. Cautious start, but then they went hell for leather towards the end of the first round. You can see the power these girls put in, the effort, the perspiration that is coming in, and there's some cold water being thrown on the Aralin. There you can see, and they're both powerful girls, just under 81 kilograms. They'd both be weighing about 80 kilograms.
Novi Yelizaveta relying a lot on her jabs, but not the same from Begdilda. As you saw, Begdilda tried to get the punches from the corners, relying more on the hooks and the crosses, but not much of the jab coming in there.
No, Begdilda, as I said, wants to use her power to wear down.
Again, that jab coming in handy for Yelizaveta. She's used that left hand of hers to good effect.
You see, like many East European boxers, she's in the classical mode. Like the Russians, like the Germans, well, they're enjoying themselves, all the boxing contingent, the girls over here. But there's been a good crowd over here at the Bordolo Indoor Stadium. So here comes round two, the girl in red, the Ukrainian girl, Yelizaveta, against the short, stocky, but very powerful Begdilda of Kazakhstan. Begdilda has to do the running, trying head down, trying to barge into Yelizaveta, but Yelizaveta moves away very quickly. It's a bit like the fight we saw between Sitali Ortiz and Elena Pop of Germany, but I thought Sitali Ortiz moved much quicker than the slightly heavier Begdilda.
Once again maintaining fair distance there, and that'll be good for Yelizaveta. That's because Arulim Begdilda is only trying to come close range and exchange punches. Once again, just a little tentative. Yelizaveta waiting for their opening, waiting for their opportunity, waiting for the jab to go through. Just good cover up that by Begdilda. Once again going left, right, and she gets a straight one in, Yelizaveta.
Yes, the Ukrainian girl piling up pressure with those jabs of hers. She's not going for the kill. But what Begdilda is attempting is to just go for the kill with those powerful lefts and rights of hers. But the Ukrainian girl is much quicker on her feet and not allowing Begdilda to connect. The winner will face the winner of the next bout, that is India's Anupama against Anastasia Rybak of Russia. But that will be the last bout of the day. The second day of semi-finals at the AIBA Women's Youth World Championships at the Bordolo Indoor Stadium in Guwahati. Now powerful blows by Begdilda as we come to just about 70 odd seconds left for the end of the second round. Begdilda swinging in at close quarters. She's a formidable competitor, Begdilda. Yelizaveta, is she making a mistake by closing in instead of resorting to the long reach?
Exactly. Yelizaveta is playing into Begdilda's game, and if she gets close range, then Begdilda will unleash a flurry of hooks and punches. She needs to maintain that distance if she needs to score points, because then again she's coming close and she's getting that straight punch into the face. Each time Yelizaveta has scored a point, it's because of that long range jab that she's dished out. That one that I'm talking about. Just don't understand why. Oh, what a lovely uppercut this by Begdilda.
Yes, Begdilda's finishing very strongly in the second round. The Ukrainian girl, that non-stop movement is not helpful. Maybe the impact of the blows of Begdilda is causing an impact. Begdilda having an excellent ending to the second round. We have just less than 14 seconds. She's pounding away at the stomach of Yelizaveta, and it's a flurry of punches as these two powerful girls go all out against each other. The referee allowing them to box on, and she finishes with a powerful left to the head. End of the second round. Begdilda has come back with a bang.
Absolutely, Novi. This was a much better round for Begdilda. May have surprised even Yelizaveta.
A large crowd gathered here. A lot of them, of course, competitors, but there have been lots of school children also.
Novi, all are waiting for the next bout where Anupama will be taking on Anastasia Ryback. That'll be the last bout, as you mentioned sometime back. A large crowd in attendance for all of this. So we are seeing some amazing boxing in the AIBA Women's Youth World Championships 2017. Once again, talk about those. You see, all of a sudden she started maintaining distance now to begin with. Elizaveta. That was a very good left jab by Begdilda. Very good, effective one, straight. She'll earn points there.
I think the brawler is again having the advantage. What Sitali Ortiz did, the American girl, in the, of course that was a lighter weight category, under 69 kilograms. Here under 81 kilograms, Begdilda with her power is wearing down Elizaveta. That was probably the game plan. And she's now also resorting to long jabs because Elizaveta is not being able to retreat enough. And is she feeling the impact of the blows? They're both getting into a clinch.
Good left hook coming there from Begdilda. Again, getting it straighter. She's mixing it well. Good combination there.
Yes, Elizaveta getting a little confused. She doesn't know whether to come in or to retreat. Begdilda with her greater power is tempting her opponent to attack her.
Good uppercut that. Once again, I must tell you, Begdilda, of course she's been given a warning, but she's brought about a lot of change in her game, Novi.
A total transformation, Begdilda, and is certainly going to be a formidable competitor if she reaches the final. And the Ukrainian girl, who seemed to be the more dominant in the first round, since the midway through in the second round is slipping a bit. The pace has declined. She seems a bit confused. She's ducking, but she's still receiving she's at the receiving end of many blows, with just about 70 seconds left for the end of round 3 and the end of the bout. Begdilda, that grim look on her face, no expression at all, keeps on attacking. She's like a machine. She keeps on attacking the Ukrainian girl.
Little under a minute now left, Novi. Both of them tiring. But again, she's been quick to bring in those jabs. As Elizaveta also trying to get in that left hook. Once again, a good right hook coming.
It's a standing count. The Ukrainian girl is in trouble. Standing count of 6. The sheer power of Begdilda is wearing down Elizaveta. I think she's going to become yet another Kazakhstan girl to enter the final. Begdilda started slowly, but now Elizaveta seems leaden-footed. Those feet are not moving. The dancing feet is not there as we come to the last 10 seconds.
Exactly what I'm trying to come back to, Novi. We saw what happened with Begdilda as well. She was slow with her movements. I told you probably she's conserving her energy just for the second 2 rounds. And would it be a tough call for the judges? I just wonder.
Well, the 5 judges from Turkmenistan, Argentina, France, Poland and Sri Lanka, definitely the 3rd round seemed to have gone Begdilda's way, the powerhouse from Kazakhstan, because the standing count against the Ukraine girl will not be in our favor. But now let's see whose hand is raised by Soleimani of Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous points in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan.
She stepped up well in the second round, and she brought about a change in her game, her approach and her attitude. Kazakhstan's Erulim Begdilda has stormed into the finals of the women's light heavyweight 81 kg category. She also has her aims in place, and she wants to win a gold in the upcoming World Women's Youth and Junior Championships scheduled to be held here, which is happening, and this is her aim at this point in time.
Boxers for bout number 140. In the light heavyweight 81 kg category. In the red corner, representing India, Anupama.
In walks Anupama. She won a silver in the Golden Gloves in Serbia. She won a bronze in the Balkan Youth International Boxing Championship in Bulgaria 2017. This boxing arena has turned into a bull ring to welcome Anupama from India as she comes towards the red corner. Anupama took to boxing to channelize her aggression. She is known to be aggressive. Not that punching was her first love, it was wrestling that first caught her eye before she turned boxer, and now she's all set to unleash her aggression and channelize it in the boxing ring. Last and final words from her coach, Rafael.
In the blue corner, representing Russia, Anastasia.
And Anastasia Rybak, 81 kilograms, who is the Russian national champion on 19th March. She beat Evgenia Molochkova 5-0 in the final. A year ago, she was fighting in a lower weight category. She has gained in height, brought in more power in her shoulders. And Mikhail, this is the classic bout. The two dominant countries in this AIBA World Women's Youth World Championship, India and Russia. No Russian girl has lost in the semi-final. We had an Indian girl losing. Now the referee here, Wilfredo Calero. Surprisingly, no Cuban contingent here, but Cuba is a great country for boxing. So this should be a great bout, India versus Russia.
In the red corner, representing India, Anupama. In the blue corner, representing Russia, Anastasia.
Anupama has been coached by Rajiv Godara and Olympian Jay Bhagwan. She's got 4 national golds and 2 international medals. A silver, 1 at the Golden Gloves tournament in Serbia, and a bronze in the Balkan tournament in Bulgaria. She's setting high targets for herself and she's achieving them as well. This has turned out to be a very boisterous crowd right now, all in support, cheering the Indian who's in the red corner. Anupama, there for you. Novi, a cracker in store.
Yeah, well, you see, Anupama hasn't fought because there were just 5 girls in the fray. So a very fast start to the bout, very surprising for the light heavyweight category. But Anastasia getting in the blows. Anastasia Rybak is very quick and very powerful. It's good to see Anupama, the girl from Palwal in Haryana, who travelled by train to Faridabad to train, is not getting overawed. And it's a nice fast-paced bout. India resounding in our ears, resonating all over the stadium.
The crowd going into a tizzy. It's a frenzy out here, let me tell you. Meanwhile, Anastasia, that's another good jab coming in from the Indian. Anupama, very nice, timely one, straight, directed as well. Anastasia is quick with the hands, quick with the movements. Just going slow a little bit, Anupama, just taking her time. A lot of power with her, a lot of power in her, Novi.
Yes, certainly a lot of power in her. Low guard by Anastasia, who's a quick boxer, gets in the jabs well. Protecting herself very well is Anupama, the girl from Palwal in Haryana, who has 4 brothers and sisters. In fact, her younger sisters also taken to boxing. Now Anastasia trying to pick up points with those jabs. Anupama fending her off, but Anastasia always getting those jabs in. That would be a cause of worry for Rafael, the Italian coach, who, as we've been saying, has transformed the fortunes of Indian boxing. 5 Indian boxers in the final. Will Anupama be the 6th? It will be decided in some minutes from now. Anupama more on the aggression, but Anastasia with a long reach, getting in a few jabs. Good high defense by Anupama, not getting overawed by the formidable Russian, the Russian national champion.
Quick jabs coming in from Anastasia and she's scoring points over there. Very quick with her handwork over there. Once again, just trying to fake it with the right hand and then quickly bring in a jab. Anupama will need to change her game if she has to avoid this. Meanwhile, the crowd is chanting Anupama's name and expecting her. Losing balance over there. Using reach and maintaining distance. Anastasia is scoring points, Novi.
You see, Anupama is a bit leaden-footed. Anastasia is much more quick-footed and retreats very well. She's got the advantage in height, now piling in pressure, but Anupama defending well with the high guard, swinging right, not connecting, taking blows to the side of her head. Again, Anastasia trying to wear her down with that incessant attack. She's non-stop, attacking, stinging Anupama. Anupama swinging with her right.
Well, Anupama had anger management problems, and she felt the best way to channelize it was to take up boxing. Once again, that jab coming in handy for Anastasia. Nicely done, the Russian over there. She's this time a right hook coming, but it's been Anastasia who's made the most of the occasion. Again, the jab coming in. Anupama will need to keep a higher guard. Meanwhile, round one is completed. Novi, there'll be a lot of talking to do for Rafael.
Yes, Rafael certainly will be trying to impress upon her. This is the standard way he does. I mean, first calms them down, helps them relax, then talks to them. Even the Russian girl hasn't been as dominant as I'm sure our coaches would want today.
Anxiously waiting for another Indian win. The Indians have had a great championship so far. All eyes on Anupama. Round number 2. Flurry of hits and punches exchanged. There's a lot of infighting that we are seeing right now. Close range boxing. If Anastasia is using the jab, then Anupama is using the punches from the right and the left. Look at her coach. He wants her to come from the uppercut side as well. Just once in a while catch the opponent off guard.
Yes, they're telling her to move her hands much quicker. She's a bit slow, Anupama.
Yes, Novi, very slow on her hands.
It's Anastasia scoring with her hand speed. That is making a difference. But to Anupama's credit, her defense is good. She's not taking so many blows, getting a few jabs on the side, on the ribs. As we've had 1 minute of the second round.
That was a 1-2-1 over there. A jab, punch and a jab.
A quick flurry. That's what Anupama does. Keeps retreating and then comes into, for brief seconds, comes into attack. But misses with a right jab here. But she's kept Anastasia at bay. And that is what is very important. The second round has been much more even. And there is Anastasia bobbing, weaving, trying to peg Anupama back. Anupama taking a few jabs on her face as she's having to drop her guard, because if she's to come into attack, she can't force Anastasia back. Now she's trying to do that. 1 minute 20 seconds left. Classic encounter over here. The last bout of the day. Lots of excitement.
That was a good right straight punch coming in from the Indian. The crowd is also aware of it. They're cheering for that punch. Once again, the jab coming in for Anastasia.
In the heavyweight categories, Indian girls have not done well. Anupama trying to reverse that trend. It's not been one-way traffic as we thought it would be.
Absolutely, Novi. Neha Yadav last evening, she crashed out in the semis
against Islam Bekova. But here Anastasia getting in those jabs. We are in the last 45 seconds of the end of round 2. Anastasia, the aggressor, now getting in the jabs and retreating immediately.
And very occasionally you see her following that right punch. She's only relying more on the jabs, and that's a scoring area. If only Anupama quickly reassesses and changes the game, it could work in her favor. Once again, take a look at that. It's those jabs coming in quickly. And the hook now.
Last 19 seconds, both girls wary of each other. Anastasia giving Anupama a lot of respect, not going in for the kill. Wary of the power of Anupama, the girl from Palwal who travelled to Faridabad to train. And in fact, a Vijender Singh fan. There Anupama swinging as the second round is about to come to an end. And there it is, the bell. A very even second round.
Very proactive coach, I must tell you, Rafael. He's rallying behind his boxers. Very high on energy. Non-stop discussion, chatting as we look back at round number 2. This time Anupama as well had a fair share of chances, but keep getting back to the jab. That was a good punch from the right.
Yeah, Anastasia Rybak, certainly a very impressive boxer, the Russian. Again in the classic mold, is a classical boxer, leads with a jab, follows up with a hook, good footwork. And that is what Rafael is telling her. You can hear his instructions as he's telling her to move quicker. Anupama is not moving enough.
You were right, Novi, in terms of the movement and speed on court. Anupama has been a little slow. It's just that Anastasia has been too quick for Anupama's comfort. Once again, there goes. This time she's bringing in her jabs as well. Good to see Anupama bringing in her jabs. Once again, this is a slugfest, a scramble happening in the middle. It all boils down to the last 3 minutes now.
Yes, but Anupama swinging, not really connecting, but at least she's moving better. She's going into the offensive.
Just keep looking at Rafael as well. He's shouting and trying to give those finer inputs. Anupama, meanwhile, just bringing in those jabs. I've not seen those jabs all through the round so far.
Again a swinging right, missing is Anupama. The tempo of this bout has increased in the third round. Anastasia Rybak, the Russian girl, swinging with a right, not connecting. Anupama now with a right, both keeping their distance. Now a left jab coming in from Anastasia. The crowd cheering, India, India. Excellent bout over here. Oh,
that's a good jab. Very powerful one. That took the Russian by surprise, let me tell you. She was not expecting that, Novi. The noise over here is unbelievable. The atmosphere has gone into a tizzy as the crowd now stands up to support Anupama.
Anupama was taking a bit of a pounding. She did the right thing by getting into a clinch because there were a series of jabs coming from Anastasia.
Can Anupama become the sixth boxer to enter the finals of the AIBA Women's Youth World Championship 2017? Once again, aggression, intent, good movement this time by Anupama. She needs to bring in variety. She needs to think harder.
But otherwise, is it going to be Anastasia who's going to be the sixth Russian boxer in the final? That is to be seen, and they'll meet that very powerful girl, Araylem Begdilda, who nobody would like to meet in a dark corner, the Kazakhstan girl in the final. This is the light heavyweight category of the AIBA Women's Youth World Championship. 45 seconds left. Anastasia Rybak still stalking Anupama. Anupama moves slowly, gets another jab.
That's been the story, Novi, in this bout. It's been the jabs versus the relentless punching, which has not been on target in terms of Anupama. And once again, she's tiring. Anupama is tiring. She's clinching. That's one way of just conserving as well. But again, going for this flurry of left and right punches.
Yes, that's an advantage that she's attacking at the end. That makes an impression on the judges. Anastasia pushing her off. The Vasquez telling them to fight on. The Cuban referee. Now it's become a bit of a brawl in the end. That is what Anupama wanted, because she's the more classical boxer. Rafael thinks Anupama has done enough. Is there going to be upset in the heavyweight category? We await the judges' verdict from Turkey, Puerto Rico, England, China and Iran. What will be the judges' verdict? But a very plucky fight by Anupama, the girl from Palwal in Haryana.
India's coach Rafael pretty sure that his student has done well. And it all remains to be seen what the judges think at this point, as both of them will be standing beside the referee. Let's see whose hand the referee is going to lift. Lot of crowd, everybody hoping for an Indian win as we head across to the center of the boxing ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Russia.
Fans at the Sarjrai Boxing Complex, and take a look at that scoreline: 27-30, 28-29, 27-30, 27-30, 28-29. No brainer for the judges there. A unanimous win, and this means that only 5 Indians have now made it to the finals. And we are looking forward to those bouts tomorrow. Novi, what a spectacle it's going to be.
Yes, and the Russians are also undefeated. They are all 6 Russians in the fray. Anupama fought gamely, but she's slow pace. And the greater jabbing power of Anastasia, there she walks away. Definitely. So her fight with Begdilda is going to be a classic in the light heavyweight category.
All credit to the International Boxing Federation, the Boxing Federation of India, the Assam government as well. We are getting a chance, and so are the people and the fans getting a chance to visit a tournament of great quality, great caliber, great pedigree. happen in Guwahati